We are starting with another topic, with the study of the morphology of the flowering plants, that is the fruits. Now, the fruit is formed after the process of fertilization is over, and the ovary over here forms the fruit and the ovule forms the seed. That happens after the fertilization has taken place. So we say a fruit is a ripened ovary. That means after the fertilization has been done, the ovary will develop into fruit. And it is a characteristic of the flowering plants because the fertilization happens through the sexual method of reproduction. Now, in certain cases, we find that the formation of a fruit takes place without actually the fertilization process. So, when the formation of the fruit happens without the process of fertilization, such fruits are called as parthenocarpic fruits. So, parthenocarpic fruits are those fruits which are formed without fertilization. So here the fertilization will not take place in the case of parthenocarpic fruits. Now, this type of fruit are normally seedless fruits. That means they will not be bearing the seeds. Whereas the fruit formation where the fertilization happens, they will be bearing the seeds. So they are seed bearing. Also, when we talk of the parthenocarpy can be natural or it can be induced. It can be induced artificially. Especially this is used in the horticulture field. So it is for the commercial reasons we make fruits which are seedless. Example of seedless fruits are banana, cucumber, etc. So we can develop a parthenocarpic fruits, and the process of developing the parthenocarpic fruits artificially is known as parthenocarpy. So this process is known as parthenocarpy, where the fruits are obtained without the process of fertilization, and the fruits which we obtain are known as parthenocarpic fruits. Coming to the fruits which are formed by the fertilization process, these fruits or the fruits which are forming the seeds, they are known as the eucarp also or true fruits. We call these as eucarp or true fruits. So true fruits will be developing from the ovary after the process of fertilization. Now, if we study the structure of a typical fruit, we find that it consists of a structure which is known as pericarp. And this pericarp is the covering on the seed. So, this is the seed which is very well protected by 3 layers. The outer layer is known as the epicarp. So, outermost layer, it is the epicarp and it is normally thin. In the case of mango, it is slightly leathery, that is which we call it as a peel. So, epicarp is the outermost layer. The mesocarp is the middle layer. So, this mesocarp is a thick layer and this is fleshy also, which is being consumed. So, this thick layer over here in the center, this is the mesocarp. Inside is the last layer, which is the innermost layer, and this innermost layer actually protects the seed. So this layer is protecting the seed inside, and this is known as endocarp. So epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp forms the layer which is known as pericarp, and these entire layers are protecting the seed, which in turn has a developing embryo. Now, since the endocarp inside is hard and thick, and it is protecting the seed inside. Not all the seeds are in, we find such kind of situation in mango and coconut. We find that the endocarp is highly, it is thick and very hard. Such a fruit is known as a drupe. In drupe, or the fruit, in drupe kind of fruit, the drupe is a fruit which is obtained from the superior ovary, and one which is monocarpellary, that is having only one carpel, and the ovary is superior. That means all the structures of the ovary are present below the ovary, and ovary is occupying the superior position. So if you recall, the ovary will be forming the superior position and all the other floral parts will be developing below the ovary. So the drupe is obtained from a superior ovary, and also it is through the monocarpellary, where the carpel is one, that means from a single ovary. Also, the drupe or such kind of fruits are non-dehiscent. Non-dehiscent means they will not be rupturing or opening. They are non-dehiscent fruits. So we find that there are true fruits, and also when we talk of the true fruits, there is another term over here, that is the true fruit and the false fruit. The true fruit is one in which the ovary forms the edible part is formed by the ovary itself, whereas a false fruit is one in which the fruit is formed from the other parts of a flower, not from the ovary. So for example, apple over here is a false fruit because here the thalamus forms the fruit and not the ovary. Whereas the other fruit, mango fruit, is a true fruit because ovary forms the fruit over here. So we find that the fruit is the structure which is obtained after the process of fertilization. Now the fruit serves various purposes because it helps in the dispersal of the seed. It is protecting the developing embryo within the seed. All this is very important in the spread of the different plant species, because seeds can be carried from one place to the other, and this dispersal allows the wide spread of the plants. In the next video, we'll be talking about the structure of the seed, because the monocot seed and the dicot seed differ in their structure.